This is the PZ Show. So what is going on, peoples? What is going on? What is going on? Hello, love. Hello, beloved. Hello, beloved. How we doing? How we doing? All right. Yeah. One in what is going on? The new music movement. What's going on? Let's get it going. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We loading it up. We loading it up. I apologize for the tardy tap in. It took me a minute because I was about to run to the I was about to run to the bathroom real quick, but then I said, you know what? I got to get it together. All right, we got the lineup in here today. So yes, yes. We got both these queens in here. Oh man, this is amazing. This is amazing. I love it. Everybody's here. We're all on time. Spiritual Essentials. If you don't mind, just give me just a moment with allowing get the queen in here first. This. There. All right. Get in there. Oh, no, what are we doing, folks? Because this gets weird when it gets to two people at the same time. So, like, okay, because I'm going to go both of y'all this time. So we do this. Because somehow I'm just like, I'm not feeling, I'm not like, no, we're not doing this. Okay. All right. There. So we're not gonna go with any semantics. We're just gonna bring both in at the same time. Welcome y'all, one and all, to the PZ Show. We are live here, and I would like just first to say thank you, Miss Lady Rayne, for coming back to join the show with me. Also, just a second. Um, our guest, our very special guest here with us, tapping in for the health and wellness talk today of spiritual essential. Everybody, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So yes, I mean this was like really split fast. I like this because like it's kind of like it gives like everybody a chance to get in, but I was sort of kind of looking for like a more of a theatrical play in. I wanted to let Lady Rain step in first, and it's fine. We we have it a way we have it, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeti, what's going on in the comments? Everybody tapping in. I appreciate y'all. Please share the live to your viewer friends that are following you and tapped in with your stuff so we can get this whole conversation going. Um, Today we have our guest here, and Lady Rain. We've been revolving a long time in our conversation. Yesterday we had a very
Hey.
thick layer of conversations brought out, and most definitely, if you missed it, you might want to just go ahead and recap it all because it was great.
Yeah, it was a good
And
conversation.
to be real with you, moving forward, this brings to mind the reason why this conversation is so great to have, because health and wellness, as far as in the music industry, is very essential as well, because it not only takes a physical toll on you, but it also takes a mental on your health. Um, so, like, one of the things that I was having in discussion of this is the fact that, aside from the fact that we have two business queens right here working, um, and always in constant rotation with that work, you know, what are, you know, one of the things that I had as a talking point was, you know, what we were going to have as a discussion, really what makes, what kind of, you know, mindset must a person be in, you know, and um, reflecting that question in your direction, Miss Spiritual Essentials Munch. Um, I wanted to basically say on in your profession, you know, your response on that. But we're gonna go to Lady Rayne, the Queen of the Week, first for the her response on that, and see where we can get from that, and then we'll go right back over to you. Is that all right?
Sure.
Now, what kind of mindset must a person be in to do what? You didn't finish your question.
Right. Well, basically, what I was thinking is, what kind of mindset must the you know, any individual be in order to, you know, involve themselves immersively into their profession, as far as like the artistry of music, as far as like the routine that you have to be down for, the, you know, the
Okay,
you know, relying
I
and
understand.
making a regulatory thing. You see what I'm saying?
Because, you know, it doesn't,
Yeah.
I
So
know, Miss,
like, what is the
hi,
mental?
Miss Essentials. I know you're going to tell me
Hello.
how to get beautiful, how to get me beautiful. This is what is my main focus of the evening. But I know that she would agree with me that she has to have the same mind frame as a musician has to have. Musicians have to understand that they're business. And what does an entrepreneur have to
Right.
understand? Entrepreneur has to do what they love.
Right.
If you're not doing what you love, you're probably not going to stay in it. You
That
know,
part.
that's the problem. It's like you can make
Exactly.
a bunch of money and
Exactly.
then I did this before because I'm a serial entrepreneur. I made a bunch of money one time. Oh man, I was at the height, and I was doing something called broker price
Mm-hmm.
opinions, and it had nothing to do with music, y'all. It didn't have nothing to do with music at all. And I was doing it when everybody was foreclosing, so all the banks was ordering it from me. And, you know, I'm an excellence person. So I was getting all the orders and I
Mm-hmm.
was turning them
Mm-hmm.
around on time and I was making all the money. And I sat down one day and I said, now ain't nobody gonna remember me for no damn broker price opinion. So, so
Right.
I was very unhappy all of a sudden because I said, now what change am I making in the world doing this mess? And then and then who
Right.
am I getting to meet every day and who am I seeing and who and I I hated it. All of a sudden I hated it. You know,
Right.
and everybody now you done built this big thing, so you know the wheels turning, and you got all these people, and they making all this money with you, and you come in the office and you say, "I hate this." You know, now you're doing something you hate.
You ready to
It's
get it?
coming down. Okay, it's coming down eventually.
Interesting.
So you got to do something you love. That's your first mindset, and then and the second thing you got to
Right.
do is remember that you still work for somebody. A lot of entrepreneurs forget that. They say, "I'm my
Mm-hmm.
own boss now." Well, if you don't do things on time, if you don't package it just right, if it's not excellent, so then your clients don't come back, you know, because your clients are your boss,
Very
right?
true.
Clients
Very,
are your boss.
true.
You gotta have a mindset of excellence, and you gotta love what it is you do, so that you can continue that every day. Because working for yourself in any field
Absolutely.
gets tiring, you know. So I think that's the mindsets that
That's
I
very
have to
true.
have now to do what I'm doing.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, Miss Munch,
Okay. Well,
what you got
first,
to say
thank you
for
for
that?
inviting me and thank everybody for joining.
Absolutely.
Um,
It is an
so as
honor.
of recently, I'm better known as Spiritual Essentials, but my name is Love Jack. And I make all natural, holistic, and aromatherapy products. And they all have like a spiritual combination because I believe that everything you do is supposed to elevate you on every level, right?
Amen.
Right? So, as
I
to
can agree to
answer
that.
to that question, I completely agree with what the Queen said. Do what you love and do it
Mm-hmm.
consistently, regardless of if it is a reward right up front, right? And
That
stay
part.
true
Right,
and stay
right,
true to
right,
yourself when the reward starts coming in, because I feel like that's what
Mm-hmm.
happens is people get lost in that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we may
mm-hmm.
stop loving what we do, because now we're kind of losing ourselves, because money
Yeah.
unfortunately does change people. It doesn't
Yeah, it
just
does.
change
It really does.
circumstances,
It
it
really
does
does.
change people. So I feel like go into it with a plan and stick to it, and that's the best advice I can give you. A lot of people ask me,
Right.
like, I don't know what I should be doing. Then don't do anything yet, because it doesn't matter what other people think you're good at. It's what you love to do,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
Right.
That's true.
we all can be
That's very
talented
true.
at many different things, but like she said, after doing it and mastering it, like, now what? I'm bored now.
Hmm.
Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt myself coming to certain circumstances, not even just in the realm of, saying that in that sense, where more or less I've come across people who have, like, they've gotten to a point where, like, they've been rapping for, just as long as I have, or maybe Scoop or something to that level, and they not seeing what Scoop's seeing, and they're not seeing, those achievements that they have, that they thought they could have got, and now they're like, was this even? And then now they're mad at themselves because they felt like they
Right.
wasted their life, and
You
you know
can't waste your
that
life,
that be
but you
the
can't waste
case
your
with
life
a
on
with
your
a
passion,
situation
though. You
like
can't waste your life on
Right.
something that you're passionate about.
right.
What happens is, especially in the music industry, times and trends, they go in and out, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as of
That's
as of
true.
lately, real talent is no longer a requirement in the industry. So I feel like
Mm.
if you're, stick to your style and purpose. Like there are rappers who come to educate, and then there's rappers who come just to
Mm-hmm.
fit in the trend. They're not real hard, real street, nothing, none of that stuff, but they're just rapping about it because it is popular
Right.
to rap about it. You
Well,
understand
you
what I'm
do
saying?
music because you have to.
Okay.
Most
No,
people
Right.
they're
who
doing
do
music
music
because they have
Mm-hmm.
to.
do music because you have to.
Yeah, no,
Musicians
these
do
new people
not
are doing exactly.
make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them do not make a
Mm.
lot of money ever.
Exactly.
You can be successful in music if you're realistic and you understand what successful is, no matter who you are. You
Right.
can be
Mm,
terrible. It doesn't
mm,
matter. If okay, so I get a song and I say, uh, talent is in the ear of the beholder too.
mm.
So you got a song and she's going, I
Mm-hmm.
hate you so much right now. And it's a hit.
Yeah, but
It's a
that's what
hit
I'm
because it's
saying.
true
But
to
that's what
her.
I'm saying. But that's what
Right.
I'm saying. Like back in the day, now you just need a catchy one or two liner and a
Right.
sick beat. Hey, you had
Yep.
to have vocals, you had to be able to
You
carry a
had to
note,
really
you had to
work.
have a
You had to really
message.
Right.
have.
It
Yeah.
had to flow. You understand what I'm saying? That's change. You
It had
don't
to
have to
all
have
make
talent
sense.
anymore. You just
Right.
have to have a large following, a sick beat, and a dope line, one or two
Right.
lines. That's it now,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's no
Mm-hmm.
longer about
Yeah.
passion. It's about making money. It's about,
Right.
getting the bag, so to speak. So I can't really speak to the
Yeah. And you know
industry.
what's really, really
Mhm.
strange? And so much I agree. And I didn't mean to cut
Mm-hmm.
you off, sister, but I have to agree with that, because I mean, not even, just taking in everything that's been said in just this little bit of, of this conversation. Like, this is really the point of it all. Like, the messages are not there. There's no one really connecting with this other than people who are, in that realm of saying, well, this is club
See,
music.
now
Yeah, we gonna
I
listen
got
to
to
it because the
disagree
beat
with
is
you
sick.
both.
It might have said some crazy,
I
stupid
got to
stuff in
disagree
there.
with you both
You
because I
know,
work in this industry. So I got to say there are a lot of talented people. There are a lot of beautiful messages. There are a
mm-hmm.
lot of people with phenomenal vocals right now. And there's some bad music. And I got to let you know there's always been some bad music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's always been some bad music. There's always
Absolutely.
been some one hit wonders, what we got to focus on in music is our own creativity.
Oh, great. Great point. The new music movement said great mainstream,
Right.
definitely, but new underground is
Yes, it's
definitely
still
still
thriving.
thriving. And that
And
is a
there are
good
some
point.
really great
Independent, underground,
and
yes,
phenomenal writers.
great.
I think what we got to focus on is our
Right.
own creativity,
I won't take that part
and we
away
got to
from
do
them.
and we got to look at our own niche. There's somebody that likes everybody. If you love music, you
Mm-hmm.
can make a living in it. You don't have to be amazing anymore, and that's not a downside. Now you could look at it as a downside,
Mm-hmm.
but if you love music and you're creative, you can probably get a following, and you don't have to be amazing anymore. And that's an upside
Right.
for us, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
there used to be a few gatekeepers, and they got to pick what was good music. And if you were just somebody who loved
Yeah.
music and you weren't as good, you couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
now you can get in.
Mm.
You know,
I agree.
you can do it, and you can
No matter
distribute
how
it.
you, no matter
And
who you are, yeah.
if you treat it like a business, you can get paid for it.
I
You
agree.
know, somebody will buy it from you.
I
And now
agree.
you can find your tribe. You
That's
couldn't
true.
find your tribe before if you weren't, if you weren't the super diva or super rock star, and you just made some simple song. You couldn't
Yeah.
find your tribe this fast if you tried. Now you can just upload it, download it, go on Facebook. You want to make a song about, I don't know, Mickey Mouse. You can go find everybody who's a Mickey Mouse lover on the planet in 15 minutes, drop it in the Mickey Mouse group, and everybody will know about it.
Right.
So music is not hard anymore like it
Mm-hmm.
used to be. I think why people find it to be hard is because they think that they can. Now, this is what irritates me. You cannot just magically, without any effort, make a song, put it on your Facebook, and think you're about to
Yeah.
make a check.
You're a
But that's what they think,
millionaire.
though, and that's what's
That's
been
not happening.
happening.
Yep.
But no,
Happening
but
like that.
that's
That
what
is
they,
true.
but that's
That
what
is
they
very true.
think.
Oh my God. I done
Yeah,
seen
but
it a
that's what
million
they think.
times.
That's
I
what
done
they
seen it
think.
a million times.
Yeah. And you got to do just as much work as anybody else. Your song is your product.
Mm-hmm.
We got this young lady here tonight,
That's
and she
true.
has product. You know, this is
Yes.
this is what musicians do not understand. Even though it's not tangible to you, you can make it tangible, put it in a form of tangibility. But in their mind, they're not seeing that it's a product, so they
Mm-hmm.
don't package it right,
Yes.
and they don't promote it
Mm-hmm.
right.
Everybody's trying to go viral, not knowing
Right.
that once you do, you have
Right.
to
Mhm.
keep going with that. You
Yes,
have
you
to.
do.
You have to keep
You have to
that.
stay
You
relevant.
got to keep that up
Mm-hmm.
because if not, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
fall. You're gonna fall
Mm-hmm.
quick. You got to go just as
Harder.
hard, if not harder, because
Right.
that's the thing. You start something at that point, and you make it to that level. You have to realize that every time you get
Yep.
there, you go higher, and each level raises your bar, raises your bar,
And my
and
mama
raises
said,
your bar.
"Think,
So you
man.
have to keep meeting these
Think.
expectations.
Think outside your box." My mom always yells, "Think, man." She's picking on Star Trek. You remember Star Trek? Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Think,
Mm.
man. And my mom says this, but this is really
Come
good
on, think,
theme
man.
for musicians, because I heard a musician say to me, "Lady Rain, I keep sharing my music in social media, and I'm not getting any likes, and I'm not getting anything going in social media. I just keep sharing my music." And I looked at his profile, and that's all he really does. He shares his music. And I said, now the thing is called social
Mm-hmm.
media.
No
It,
interaction.
it calls for you,
I had to learn that
especially a
myself.
business owner. It
Mm-hmm.
calls for you to be social.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which means, we want to see you doing stuff, talking to us, looking at our stuff,
Right. Right.
liking it, resharing it.
Right.
Spend some time in social media because it sells records, but
Mm-hmm.
also
Absolutely.
because it builds fan base, but also so there's all these reasons why you need to spend some time on there and actually be social,
Right. Right.
right?
A little bit
And
of
then that helps your
interaction.
business,
Yes.
like
Right.
so everything that a business does. First of all, look at everything that a business does when it comes to marketing. That's what you need to be doing. You know, if you want to make some money with a song.
Right.
And it don't have to be the greatest song. I know some people who make very interesting music that would never, ever make it to mainstream. Ever. In a million years. Right? They would not consider them to be good musicians. But they have an amazing fan base that loves them. You know? So
Yeah.
you need to look for your niche.
I know a few people
You can
like
have a
that.
fan base if you're good or bad now.
That's all it
Yeah,
is.
I agree. I agree. But the
That's
music
really all it
industry
is.
is not my area of expertise. I do admire.
No.
I know. I do admire.
And that's what I was just about to interject into, because I feel like we are, we've gotten that part down, and that was really where we were going to bounce back over to you, where we were going to go to your
Yes, I need
base
your
of
expertise.
expertise. So like holistic health
Uh-huh.
and wellness is definitely the realm of expertise that we're talking about when we talk about
Yes.
this queen to
Talk to
the
me.
other side of us. So yes, like if you would please break down the just the core values of why holistic, just a holistic view on health is really a great way to go, because I've been working on this myself, and I've been on the fence because like I know it requires the lessening of like the certain things that you often like are more cradled to in today's society, because everybody eats meat. Almost everybody eats meat anyway. Then you have the tribe of people that are, we like, I don't do that. We only eat, this, and we strictly, plant-based. But with a holistic approach on your health, we want to know valuably how this can improve a person's outlook on their
Okay.
overall health.
So, as I was saying, the music industry is not my expertise, but I admire and respect everyone for at least putting their self out there. That can't be easy.
Right.
So that part. I believe that growing up West Indian, that there's certain things that we were taught, and by applying it during the pandemic, I saw the benefits of that lifestyle. So growing up West Indian, we
Right.
every weekend, right? My uncle will put on this big pot, and he'll throw all these different herbs and different stuff in it and make the bush tea, and we would all drink it, right? So the bush tea that my uncle made was the washout. So you have a detox, and then you have the washout that makes you poop too, right? Because I noticed that a lot of people, they're afraid of like pooping, but you're supposed to poop regularly. It's good. It's good for your body to get that stuff out, the toxins and all of that stuff, especially if you eat meat,
Absolutely.
right? So
Yeah.
during the
Yeah. Yeah.
pandemic, I kept telling everybody, I'm not saying detoxing is going to, prevent you from getting COVID. I'm saying that building up your immune system and getting all that stuff out
Yes.
will, those areas that COVID was attacking so aggressively, you have a better chance of fighting it.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing that
There you
I
go.
that
There
I
you go.
find with holistic methods is, I know that when you're taking conventional medication for either high blood pressure or diabetes or whatever it is, one pill breaks down something else, right? And causes another
Yes.
problem. And then by the time you look around, you're taking 5, 6 different pills when you just had one problem to begin with, right? Natural
There you go.
medicine does not really affect other organs, right? Natural herbs, fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that, roots, they don't really affect other things. So, and there's almost a herb and a bush for everything that you could think of, right? So,
That's true. That's true.
this is why I believe that the holistic way is the best way to go. right? I know
Mm-hmm.
there are things
Right,
that you're
right.
going to need conventional medicine for, but I feel like if you balance it out with the holistic medicine, you won't end up taking 5 6 different pills.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Now, in that conversation, though, light of things, like, what are some of the main focuses you like to work on as far as like with your product bases? What are some of the key things you like to focus on when it comes to how you execute um customer relations, or more or less just product introductions and stuff, as far as like how do you I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here, but how do you give people basically sort of the rundown of each of your individual products on your
Okay.
lineup?
So as a spiritual advisor, I tend to like read people at times,
Mm-hmm.
and I will see a need for something, and that's how things come up, right?
Mm-hmm.
um
Oh, I need to
yeah,
get with you.
yeah. And that's how products were
Yes.
put into place, so to speak. And
Hmm.
one of
Mm-hmm.
the best selling products that I have is the Yoni Cure, the Yoni line, because I was seeing the
Mm.
so when we have sexual intercourse, that is a soul exchange, right? And sometimes
Yes.
it's an exchange that should have never been made, right? And it lingers.
Mm.
So my Yoni
Absolutely.
products, I've added special herbs and stuff to cut unhealthy sex ties. It also does the regular stuff that Yoni does because it has all those herbs in it for unblocking, for infections, and for balancing out the pH. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All handmade by
Ah.
me. Every herb, every extract has been chosen for a woman's feminine health and spiritual health. Okay,
Right.
I always tell all my sister females, when doing Yoni products, don't just use them just so, right? um the sacral chakra, the birth canal, that is a very spiritual place. So anything you're using there, it needs to be done in a way where you're focusing on healing that area. Don't just buy a Yoni product from
Mm.
anybody, including myself, and just use it just like that. If you're
Mm-hmm.
steaming, you should be sitting over that pot. You should have your favorite music on, light a candle, and sit there and meditate on healing that area. It shouldn't just be sitting over a pot and just, oh,
Right.
I'm steaming my Yoni today. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Right.
So, yeah.
I know that's right. Cause that's real talk though. Cause I don't know if anybody that actually does this, but I watched that Tasha K, and she has her advertisements about the Yoni commercial or whatever that she does with the guy, and he's
Telephone
like talking
tunnel.
about all that. I
The
was like, well,
telephone
listen,
tunnel.
bro, like you know what I mean? Like I think that was getting a little too
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
extreme, but listen, we do understand the basic need for hygiene in both
Mm-hmm.
of those areas. And one of the things I liked about Miss Essentials is she actually has this product that you can use, and it's not just something that females can use. So I'm like, yes, I'm a little excited, more or less because of the simple fact I'm conscious of
Right.
my own smell. So
And you know what?
I'm the type of person I
That
walk
that
around.
conversation
I'm
is important.
narcissistic. I be smelling
That
myself. I don't know.
conversation
I
is
don't
important.
care.
It makes now some people get uncomfortable when you start talking about yoni, and some people don't even know what the yoni is,
Right.
right? So some people get
Yes.
we talking about the vagina, the
Right.
vajayjay,
Right.
and so some people get uncomfortable with
Mm-hmm.
that, and they don't understand that you that carries an energy,
It
and the energy healing
It
for
big
that
does.
energy.
is important.
Very.
It's
And this
very important.
conversation need to be heard and had. What she is saying is real.
Mm-hmm.
Need to be heard and had. We need to do a lot more paying attention to
Absolutely.
spirituality and also mental care. Like, it's not,
Facts. and
especially in our
that goes
industry,
both
because
ways
everybody in
because
our industry want to rock and roll,
men
sex, drugs,
especially,
whether they drive themselves crazy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now since we're mixing music
Mm-hmm.
with this, let me say your mental health and your spiritual health need to be guarded at all times inside of entertainment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's another thing that I was getting for in most cases back bouncing back over on your end of that. But
And I feel shame
Mrs.
I'm smoking my cigarette. I know
Miss Love,
I don't want her to see me smoking my cigarette because
I
she's
see.
the health lady.
I wish
I
I had one. Shit, can you send
But
me an email
listen
with one,
though,
please?
I did a live where we did the
Mm.
research because someone reached out to me and said that they saw that I make all my products by hand, even the pearls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
were interested
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
wholesaling. So in the beginning, I really never thought things would go as well as they were for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing research, like how much are other people charging for, bulk orders. And now, if you
Mm-hmm.
know anything about anything that's all natural or organic, you know that isn't cheap,
Right.
right? So,
No, it is not.
we were seeing some ridiculous prices on these pearls. And I'm saying, what's in it? Why
Mm.
they would be giving it away for like basically nothing, right? So we started, asking the question, um, you know, where is it made? Who makes them? They didn't even know. They didn't even know, right?
Mm.
So these are the yoni industry in the past, I want to say 5 or so years, have become very popular, right? It's a booming business right now.
Wow.
So everybody is starting a business
Yeah.
because we're all home, and we have a beautiful logo
Mm-hmm.
and business name, and we're just sticking that on any product and selling it to people. I would never do that. The products that I make, I use,
And
I
that's a
give to
lot of
my
people.
daughter, my mom, my friends and family, right? We can have a talk about it. I could tell
Mm-hmm.
you why I chose each ingredient, and I make it by hand. I don't feel like on a place like your
Mm-hmm.
Yoni, you should just be buying it because that's a popular brand. And
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? Because a
Right.
lot of these celebrities, they're getting endorsements, they're getting paid to say the name of a company. They're not
Yep.
really, majority of the time,
Mm-hmm.
using those products.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Hey
So you
now.
have to be very careful, okay, when using certain products on, you know, your yoni and your skin and your hair. Like I said, all these things have
Right.
a physical and spiritual
Always happens to me.
aspect to them.
It's so easy to go. Are you having problems with your connection, Rain?
Yeah, I think she's suffering.
Oh
There she
snap!
goes.
I
She's
think
going
she
in and
had.
out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's probably her connection to it. You know, over here in the East Coast and there with the damn
Hmm.
weather, it's ridiculous now.
I didn't hear you guys for
But
a second,
yeah,
but
like
I hear you guys again, and I'm glad.
okay, yeah, because I was about to say like I thought you might have got kicked out or something. I was like, wait a minute now, we can't be
Yes,
pulling
pe-
this
Not today,
today.
Lord.
We got some
people.
real important stuff to say.
Yeah.
Yes, let's be real here.
That's why.
So yeah, like the industry in which we're talking now is in holistic
Hmm.
health and the values behind it is just so you know what I mean. It's more of a level where you're really taking it from that essence of where we should have been and should been able to maintain even through this modern day era that we're in instead of being caught up in that nature of repetitious change that we've oh well we got a burger store that makes
Hmm.
burgers in 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Why don't we just go there instead of investing in your overall health and wellness and what this food may have underlined to cause more, adverse effects, and then have to go to the hospital. And then when you go to the hospital, you deal with doctors who, give you a pill for this and a shot for that and all of these different things, not saying that medical physicians are bad, but there is always an alternative holistically
Amen.
to these remedies, treatments that they produce pill formations for.
Yeah.
I'm a cancer survivor, and I tell you this, we didn't just go to the doctor. We did not go either. We balanced everything holistic
Right.
with what the doctor was doing. And the result is I'm cancer free.
Amen.
I didn't stop smoking my cigarette. I didn't believe the cigarette caused it. I didn't believe the sugar caused it. I didn't believe I'm not into all of that. I just knew there was something that could undo it. If it was done in me, there was something God had made on this planet that can undo it. And so I listened to the holistic people.
That's true.
And I did what they told me to do. So, holistic remedies can save your life where doctors say there is no cure, and so it's very important to take these kinds of people very seriously. Someone like this young lady who dedicates their life to health and wellness, you take these people very seriously. These are the people that can save your life when the doctor cannot,
That's a very true statement. I know mentally, I had, a conversation with Ms. Love earlier in our interaction, which I met her through our mutual friend, Fat Man School. And when I first, appeared on her live, I came to her because she does her every now and again she does free tarot readings, and her and her friend were there and they read me. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I figured out who that lady was who you were talking about. My girlfriend's grandmother was in reference to that woman because she had passed away. I literally completely forgot that a year ago she passed away. Like, she died. She had she had COPD and lymphoma. So when you mentioned cancer, the first thing I thought of was like, wait a minute, huh? Oh, that's who that was. You know what I mean? And then I was like, wait a minute, because that was recent to me, and I didn't think that she would have even still had, so much as a thought of me, in a way, like, you know what I mean? Like, so at the time, but then I think, I also think that to the fact that, I did care about her just as much as her own family did, and I, was more concerned on times. That's why when she was dealing with that illness, her mother, her grandmother, and with her grandmother, I was, I said to her, just stay there if you need to. If you want to leave, if you want to come down here to relax and get away, so if you got somebody that's going to watch her and really watch her with the care that you would, then yes, no problem. But if that's not comfortable, if it's not sitting with you, don't do it. And, there were times that I really felt like I wanted her there, but, she was like, I just don't feel it right now. It just doesn't feel right. And I'm like, go ahead. But at the end of the day, it was because of that and knowing that she was a good woman. That woman took care of her situations. Like, she worked her whole life, retired, and wanted to relax, and ended up, just her vice was she felt like, due to the aggressive nature of her cigarette smoking, that was a part of it. And we never really considered her, taking in all of this other stuff, holistically. Plus, she really wasn't the type. So she was not that type. So it just wasn't going down like that. She said, no, if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna enjoy what I have going on, and if I gotta go, I gotta go. But that was her nature, plus she was, always willing to help you. That was another thing. But I ever since then, my connection to Miss Essentials, it's always been to, you know, how to find a better holistic approach to, you know, nurturing myself out of my own self, you know, transgressions of my health, you know. So, you know, I honestly believe that anyone who gravitates to the message that they're receiving from this feed today, you know what I mean, really, really take it in, because, you know, an alternative approach ain't gonna hurt the situation. It's just gonna give you more value
Amen.
to life, you know.
Right. That's it. Just
So
a little bit of value.
I appreciate that. And with that
Mhm.
being and with all of that being said, I would love for Miss Love to please just give us, you know, if you will, a plug in as to where to find your products at, what level, what activation levels you have for your products, as far as like with different labels, what different products you house on your sites for sale at this moment, and you know, just let everybody know where they can reach out to
Okay.
you.
So I'm trying to put it in here. The website, I'm trying to type it in.
Okay.
If you click on the
Yep. You type
arrow,
it
yeah,
in the
if you
comments
click
and I'll
on the
pin it.
arrow next to Mr. Guns' name, you'll see my profile, and the link to the website is there. So I have, on the holistic side, we have the Yoni products, we have the Jamaican bush tea, and newly added the validity tea. So the validity tea,
Right.
men and women can use it. So if you're feeling kind of sluggish, need that extra energy, especially for men in the bedroom area,
Mm-hmm.
the validity tea is very good. It has, you know, special herbs to strengthen the heart and blood flow to give you energy, right?
That's
And
true.
so newly added as well is the male hygiene wash. It has been dubbed the balls
Mm-hmm.
wash by the gossiping heifers, right?
Hey
The
now, the
balls
Mhm.
ball
wash.
wash. Hey, shout out to the
Yes,
gossiping heifers. I
right.
just caught their I just caught them in the
So
comments.
yeah, so
I'm
we
gonna go
have
ahead
that
and
as
buy
well.
that in bulk and start passing that out in the hood, if that's gonna be all right with
Right, we have
Facts.
that, and then we do have an
Listen,
array of different
listen.
bath bombs that are also like spiritual baths. So I do with energy clearing to get rid of negative energy, as well as to, you know,
you,
boost
man.
your positive energy and chakras, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we have those. We have crystal jewelry. We have the protective bracelets that I make. Um, what else do we have? Oh, the money honey keychains and the money honey jars. So, and I
Yep.
did a crystal shower head. I was the first person to do it, and now somebody else did it because I didn't get to patent it. So, yeah, that happened.
Oh Lord, you know you can't. Lord, you
Yes,
can't have nothing these days. Folks are so damn
it's
devious.
true. But so I had a doctor friend that's a therapist, and that person is a high level empath. And I was like, you need to be cleansing regularly. So he was like, I don't have time. So I was like,
Facts.
well, my mom had a shower head that I saw that had mineral balls in it. So I ordered the shower head, and I
Really?
added healing crystals to it. And that's how I came up with the crystal mineral shower head. I was the first person doing it, and now everybody else is
No.
doing it.
Well,
Yeah,
you know how that goes.
I need one of
Folks is
those.
real
it
devious with it,
happens,
you know. And
right?
it's sad that how
It
quick that
does.
actually changed,
It does.
how quick that whole thing took place. Because that I remember when you were telling everybody about it, it was just like, yo, that's crazy. Somebody just
Just that quick.
that quick. Cause you know you ain't thinking about it. You don't think
And
nobody paying attention to you
listen,
while you
you know
telling
what's
it, while you
crazy?
saying it, and then
This
sure as
girl
shit
in
stink.
Florida, the owner of Fashion Dolls Boutique, Maya First Lady, she said to me, she said, "Love, you never know who's watching, right?" And little old me, like I don't know
Mm.
nobody, so I really wasn't thinking about it. And not only that, but when I did the live about the Yoni products, right? And I told everybody, I said, ladies, I want to challenge you to challenge your feminine hygiene providers to tell you who makes the stuff and what's in it. 2 weeks later, one of the leading
Mm.
Yoni providers change their logo to put Made in America.
Wow.
So you really never
Wow.
know who's watching. You really never know.
Wow. That is just, I'm telling you, phenomenal. It's
Yep.
crazy though. But I mean, just you just have, it's just all about that. It's because you never know, because people are just so weird about that stuff, man. So yeah, but you know, always make sure you keep yourself focused on your health and wellness as well whenever you step out into the
Absolutely.
industry, or whether you're in your life period. You should always have a well-rounded,
Somebody else?
holistic remedy. Think about remembering what your grandparents told you when they said certain things about how to take care of certain stuff, instead of going to these dang on hospitals, taking a pill here and a
Mm-hmm.
shot there, because it don't always amount to the health and wellness that you should be
So I see
perceiving to
somebody here
receive.
Yeah,
asking
that's
You know what I
a
true.
mean?
quick,
Like,
I see somebody here asking for a quick reading. So when you're on a live and you have a lot of people, there's a lot of energy, right? And if you see,
yes,
anytime I'm
ma'am.
live, I'm always picking up stuff. And I'll just be looking at the name and looking
Hmm.
at how I feel when people jump in. And ever since I've been on this live, and you were the first person on this live, the person who's asking for the reading, my whole right side has been hurting me ever since I came on this live.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. And I'm almost certain that it's that feeling of someone
That
wants
person who
something
asked
from
for the
you.
reading, she was the
And
first person there, and the whole, like, from right up underneath my arm to right underneath my tailbone, it's
hmm
like a weird pain there. So you guys, that's why I never
would you
like to
like to
read
give
live,
her a reading?
because there's too much energy and everybody wants a reading. So the website is
I
there.
was gonna say, I
The
don't know. I mean, now
website
that
is
that was gonna
there.
say I would
Book
leave
it.
that up to you, but
Yes, the website
right,
is there.
I think
Book
I would
it.
leave that part of it up to you.
Listen, I've never had a bad review as far as reading goes. So,
That's very true.
right?
That's very true. Like, she pulled a lot of information just off of my reading. Like, I really wish I had like still that actual clip
It's
of
on there.
that
We
reading.
saved it.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
It's still on. Yeah, you'd have to send it to me so I could actually screen record it and
Yeah.
oh my God, because
That whole night was amazing.
that really hit home for me.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that one really
Mm-hmm.
hit home for me. If you
And
don't know,
readings do
please take
require
time and
lots
follow
and
Miss
lots and
Spiritual
lots
Lots.
and
Essentials.
lots of
Yeah.
energy. I'm an empath. I worked on Ornum
Hmm.
for a long time. I think you can still go on Ornum and find me, Yakman Buddha. But
Mm-hmm.
you know why I don't do
Okay.
readings like that anymore? Because that's a lot of energy.
It is, but that's why I'm constantly cleansing, my
Yes.
body and my space.
Hmm.
That's why I'm constantly cleansing.
Yeah.
So I do readings Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. They can be booked through the website, and
Right.
it can be done either face to face or over the phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming
There
to
you
get
go.
mine.
So anybody
Yeah.
that's looking into that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
get
coming to get
plugged
mine,
in.
even though every
So
psychic
yeah.
always is in my shit before
No
I even
psychic.
invite them.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm really tired of you all because
No
you're always
psychic.
reading me when I didn't even.
No
No, I'm just
psychic.
playing.
So I don't. So guys, I don't do labels. I don't do
I'm just
labels. So if
messing with you. I'm
anything,
messing.
yeah. So if anything, I'll take
No.
intuitive. But I don't believe in labels, because I think a lot of people get
Mm.
caught up in labels, and that feeds an ego, right? And I
It
believe
really
in God
does.
and
It
spirit,
really
and
does, and I
without them
understand that.
Yeah.
giving me these gifts and abilities, I can do nothing. So I never do labels. No
Right.
psychic, no medium, no reader, no nothing. It's just, I believe that we're all intuitive. So I'll
Mm.
take intuitive, but I just don't do labels.
Cool. Cool.
And I can understand that, and
Um,
I can respect that too, because in that form of fashion, like back at certain points, in our history, even if we look at it, man, you used to call people like that
Exactly.
witches,
yep.
all of that stuff, and they get such a
Exactly.
negative reading from it,
Hmm.
you know. So you don't inherently engulf the real truth behind it, because in all honesty, it wouldn't be here if we weren't supposed to know about it. You know, you know, even though there are some things that we should leave alone, but there are some things that we
Yes.
should know, and we deserve to know.
I mean,
You
knowledge
know,
is infinite, so I think it is beneficial for us to
that
know
that's true.
what's possible, what's out there. But I don't believe that we should be tapping into every
Right.
little thing either. Right?
Oh
No,
hell,
you're not
no,
gonna.
no.
You're
And
gonna
I agree
only
there
get
too,
into
because
what
you tap in and attach yourself to
Exactly.
something.
you're
You
only going to
know,
get. You know, I believe that God governs everything. So you're only going to get in where you're supposed to be.
mm,
And another thing that people got to remember when they're getting readings is nobody's going to give you any news. They're going to give you confirmation of things that God
Confirmation,
has already
absolutely.
revealed to you. And sometimes we need
already showed
confirmation
you.
because when we're going through a lot in our
Mm-hmm.
lives, and a lot of people are going through a lot of hecticness at one time. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
going through a lot, it makes you kind of blurry in your own
Mm-hmm.
sight, in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always say to each other,
Right.
especially people who are in a leadership position that have some of these gifts, we say to each other all the
Mm-hmm.
time, you can't see your own stuff. So
No,
stop
you
trying to
don't.
see your own stuff.
You don't.
Okay, because some of us will be in there with the cards, flipping them
I'm
around, trying
telling
to
you.
ask about our boyfriend to the universe. Like you can't see your own stuff,
That's
so don't
another
even
thing I
try.
don't do. That's another
But
thing I don't do.
another
I'm.
person
Nope.
may see your stuff very clearly,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll know if they're real, and you'll know if it's God because it'll be something God has already been trying to kind of nudge you about that you wasn't paying
Yep.
attention.
Right.
You know,
You
So
weren't paying attention to it.
I,
That's all it is.
whenever I'm reading,
Mm-hmm.
I pray and I ask for God and Spirit to guide, so it's authentic. I try to take myself and my opinions out of it. However, I don't like to do relationships, readings or touch on the topic, and here's
Mm.
why.
mm-hmm.
Most of the times, like she said, it's all about confirmation. You already know, right? And
Mm-hmm.
because
There you
sometimes
go.
when talking to a spiritual person, intuitive, names come up, different things come up. They want to know who. It doesn't matter. You're not going to do anything about it anyway. You know that, right? So please don't waste my time. Don't
Mm.
waste spirit time. Do what y'all doing over there, and don't ask me. Like, don't.
Right. Yeah, because I don't need you. I don't need you sucking
Yeah,
my soul
don't.
away because you want to, you know. And that's because I mean that's very draining to have to present
Don't.
something like that, and for such a
Exactly.
invaluable reason.
I've
Well,
Especially
I don't
knowing
know that
that
it's invaluable
there's
because you
so
got a
much
lot of
more.
people, male and female, who are in relationships that are abusive, and
Yeah, but
sometimes
they know.
they need to hear about
Now
that.
that
No,
is
You
but
know,
different.
whether it's
That
sometimes they
is
need to
abusive,
different.
hear about that, and sometimes that's affecting their whole spiritual being. You know, what's going on in your life is affecting your body. When we're talking about holistics, right? We're talking
yeah,
about
it does affect,
chakras,
but they're
Mm.
not
and we're
ready to do
talking about.
anything about it though. They're not. They're not.
But you can
Right.
plant a
Oh,
seed in
yeah.
somebody's life. You don't have to necessarily be the one watering it or watching it grow.
Mm.
So I have to say that people's relationship does matter. Now, not everybody reads
I didn't
everything.
say it
That's
didn't matter.
okay.
I just don't touch it.
That's
Like
okay.
it's I'll give
Yeah.
whatever message comes, but I don't give advice unless I see like your health or your life is in danger. I really
Right.
don't do it. I really don't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's none
Yeah.
of my business.
Listen, I
And
ain't
Like,
that's
reading them jokers
understanding.
at all, so I don't even.
And that's
yeah,
understanding.
that's
I ain't
just where
picking
I'm
on
at
you.
with that one. No, but that's just where I'm at with that
I
one.
ain't picking
So,
on you.
so, so,
That's where I'm at with that because
Yeah.
I talked about it before that I read this lady, and every time I read the lady, the very first time I read her, I told her, I said, Spirit is warning you that you need to talk to your daughter more, maybe move her from where she is because I see your daughter getting raped and possibly being exposed to HIV.
Right.
Okay, I kept telling her like this happened, and every time I spoke to her for
mm,
about a year, I told her every time, and every time we spoke, the only thing she wanted to talk about was relationship.
Mm.
Nothing
nothing
about her
about
child,
her
right?
the
Heard
family.
from
Mm-hmm.
her a few weeks ago. She
Yeah.
called me. her daughter was raped.
Mm.
That
It's
broke
strange. It's
my heart.
strange
I
how
was so
don't
furious with her. I'm
listen.
still furious with her because I felt like it just wasn't important.
Mm.
Yeah, obviously. If you're warning someone and it's consistent with similar, and I mean, it's not just like it was like it's the same warning there. It's been said
Exactly.
Yeah,
more than
right.
once. Why
But
are you not listening?
Mhm.
because everybody likes messages until they get a message that they don't want.
Mm.
That's not the
Right.
message. Yeah,
Or they
that's not
can't
the message
ignore.
she came for. You understand what I'm saying? Even though
Mhm.
that was
Yeah,
like very important
exactly.
and it kept coming up. Every time we spoke, it kept coming up
Hmm.
because obviously the precaution was not being taken. The message was not being heard,
Nope. The message was
right?
not
So
being
it
heard.
happened.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
And that really messed me up
Hmm.
because when it comes to kids, it's like a soft spot for me. And to this day, I'm still kind of
Agree.
furious. I'm not gonna lie because I felt like I begged you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you make those
Especially when it
products.
comes
I'm
to
so
kids,
glad
though.
that you make them by hand.
Yes.
I've been
Mm-hmm.
really listening, and I'm glad that you choose every ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested in it, and I'm looking forward to getting that shower head so I can wash all these hip hop artists off of me every day. No, I'm just playing. I gotta clear my
She
energy.
just went in
Yeah,
on y'all.
energy clearing is very important, guys. And guess what? All these herbs
Yes,
and
ma'am.
stuff like that, if you
That's very
have
true.
people that believe in God and you believe in the Bible, all those things are in there. You know, wash me with hyssop and I'll be white
Yep.
as snow, and
Yeah.
you know,
That's very
going
true.
and
Mm-hmm.
washing in the sea and baptizing and all that stuff. All of that
Yeah.
stuff is in there, right? But
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
what
Yeah.
strengthens
Right.
spiritual work other
Mm-hmm.
than the herbs and the oils and the extracts and everything is your belief and your intention, right?
Hmm.
Amen.
Is your
Right.
belief
That
in your
that's
intentions.
number
Yep.
one. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a crystal shower head, you still need to be cleansing your body. And how? So every day when you take a shower, right? You need to visualize, for
Hmm.
my empaths, anything that you may have absorbed coming off of you, going down the drain and going away, right? And then
Hmm.
visualize the things that you want: peace, love, joy, happiness, whatever it is. You're bringing those things into your space. Okay, so this is without the shower
Because
head,
that, and
without
that's the perfect
anything.
time to do that. Perfect
Exactly.
time to do that. Your pores is open. You're breathing. You're doing your breathing exercise while
Exactly.
you're in there.
So
Yeah,
this these
definitely.
are
Amen.
these are the important things to do. Um, Adding meditation into your routine, guys, I think is extremely important to just have some peace and quiet time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And I know myself personally, like, I definitely I have that tendency sometimes. I just try to I be like, look, I just gotta get this done. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. I got shit to do. And then, shit gets caught up, but you should always make time to take time to
Absolutely.
And
take care of yourself.
this
You know what I
it
mean?
ties
At
in.
all times.
We were talking before we decided to do this series. And I'm
Yes.
looking at how this ties in, because you
You
think
hear it,
that
right?
because you're an entertainer and she's a reader that you have a different issue, but you don't. It's the
No.
same issue. Because
Mm-mm.
when
There you
you're
go.
standing up on this stage, uh, you are giving out energy and you are in the middle of a
Receiving.
lot of people who are
Mm-hmm.
pushing forward energy, people who are pulling on your gift.
There you go.
Okay, so it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up on the stage, I'm about to sing my song, and I can even hear the people pulling on my gift.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
Sing
Yep.
eloquent words, don't move them, no. Rayne, sing this. People are pulling on your gift.
Mm-hmm.
They are hoping. Their intention is to you. They are thinking about what they want you to do, and they want to meet you, and they're
Mm-hmm.
coming around you, and some of them are touching you, and some of them are speaking to you and over
Yes.
you, and you're in a big room full of people who are
Yep.
consistently pushing energy out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sweet melody.
if you're
Yes.
in this
Absolutely.
feed because of music, and you're thinking, oh, he's not talking about music, well, that doesn't matter, because you need to hear this, because you need to clear, you need to clean your energy, you
Yes.
need to meditate, you need all these same
Exactly.
products.
Absolutely.
You're in the same boat as a psychic or a preacher or you're consistently surrounded by folks who are
Yep.
pushing energy out to you,
Yep. Yep. And
and you need to
protect your
clear it.
Right.
energy. Protect your
Absolutely.
energy before you
And
leave your
100%.
safe space, your dwelling. Before you leave there, you need to put out an
Yes.
energy
Yes.
protection intention. Intention is
Yes.
everything, guys. If you're not setting an intention for yourself, you better believe someone else is setting it for you. So
Yep.
you want to,
Absolutely. And they
yeah,
control your
they
narrative.
say speak
Yep.
over your
Yes.
day. That's in the Bible too. Order your day, order your
Yes.
steps, right? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's things are going to happen, yes, but we have to find a way to get back on a positive level, because
Yeah.
it's so easy,
Right.
guys, to fall into negative behaviors, patterns, and feelings, and they
Yes.
fester for long periods of time. So
One of the reasons we made TNM, you have a
That is very
high
true.
rate,
That's very
a
true.
high rate of suicide in music. You have a
yes.
high rate of drug abuse in
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
music. You have a high rate of mental illness in music.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this is ignored,
Yep.
you know.
Yes.
And so the things that you're offering right now for our industry must be, it should be a state of emergency how many artists kill themselves. Should be a state of emergency how many artists OD,
Absolutely.
I
you
completely
know.
agree with that.
And they need to be
Completely agree.
clearing
Yes.
their energy every
100%.
every time they
Yeah.
come out the door.
They need to be
Before they come out the
grounding
door.
themselves, clearing their energy, and they need
Yeah.
to be very mindful of the
Yes.
influences that they have really close to them. All right, because
Mm-hmm.
you are
That's true.
for some
Absolutely.
people, you're just a meal ticket, nothing more, nothing
Yep.
less. Right?
100%. Listen, I tell a person all the time, you got them folks that's really in your corner saying, "Yo, that shit is hot."
Mm-hmm.
And the other motherfuckers that's in your corner saying, "Yo," saying that same shit, but they
Yep.
thinking about
She
your
said she has,
dollars. They
and
thinking
she
about how
says she
much
has
money you could be making
bracelets,
and how much
jewelry,
money they
Yep.
can
things
get
that are
from
gonna
you.
protect you,
Yeah.
stones, things that are gonna block the energy. It sounds
Right.
like a bunch of hula hula. It's not,
It's
because when
not.
you put it on, you have
It's
the
really
intention.
not.
She's telling you where you can go get this stuff, and so
Um.
you put it on with the intention to block.
Absolutely.
Artists love to say this. "Oh, all my haters," and they think it's cute. No, but really, all your haters,
Mm-hmm.
all your nut
That's
jobs
true.
and all your whack jobs and all this stuff that's around you,
Yeah. It's
you need
not.
to block.
It's not. So remember,
Yeah.
protective jewelry are
Yep.
crystals, crystal stones from the earth. They have their natural and spiritual and healing properties. They have it. It already. It's from the earth, right? Um,
Hmm.
then you
Mm.
have like the cabal strings, right? It's red
Right.
string, but when you braid it,
Yep.
you're braiding it with every braid with the intention for protection, for peace, for positivity and prosperity and stuff like that,
Right.
right? So this eye
Mm-hmm.
represents the all-seeing eye. Some people call it the evil eye.
I
It's
got that
it's
bracelet.
to
Yeah.
counteract negativity, right? So
Amen.
I tell people all the time,
Right.
you might think it's just a bracelet, but there are people out there who are their intentions are bad towards you, right? Their thoughts are
Hmm.
bad towards
Yes.
you. So when they see it, they know, okay, yeah, she knows her stuff. She's protecting herself. Let me leave her alone and back off, right? That's what it does. So a lot of
Mm.
times it's, when people see it, and that's why they call it, the all-seeing eye, because when they see it, they know, okay, let me back off. And
Hmm.
that's all it is. And that's all, and
Right.
that's how it really
And
works.
right.
Hmm.
Now, we've reached the top of the hour. We're actually over our hour here, but this was important to get out. So that's why we let it go. One more point from each of you, if you would like, on just today's discussion on anything. If either of y'all would like to have one last saying, take your time, whichever one wants to go.
Mhm. Well, I voodoo is a label. Somebody said coming from the basis of voodoo,
Yes, I
the
agree.
original religion before we lost our history. So voodoo is a title. I would consider it everyone has their different traditional practices, right? And
Yeah,
yeah,
that
so
there you go.
this is why I don't do labels, because you know they'll say
Yeah,
witch, and
yeah,
witch
yeah,
has
yeah.
a stain on it that you can never rub off. They never see you as doing
You
something
can't rub
good,
that off.
right? And now voodoo has a negative condemnation where they're always thinking that you're doing something bad to someone, right? So I don't do labels.
Right,
I just don't. I believe in traditional spiritual practices where you dealing with elemental
right.
energy, sun, moon, water, earth, all
Mm-hmm.
those things, right? With your faith,
Right.
belief, and intention to make things happen, right? Speaking
Mm-hmm.
positivity, affirmations, and manifesting things into your life, right?
There you
That's
go.
what I believe. I just
Amen.
will
Yes,
not do
yes.
labels. it,
There you
it, it
go.
Amen.
only when you start doing
Mm-hmm.
labels, it people start to put too much energy into what you're doing. Okay. And I like to just stay positive as
Absolutely, and
possible.
it diminishes the whole
Amen.
process
Exactly.
of the healing that you're supposed to
And the
happen
only thing
from.
I have to say is, if you are here, you're here for a reason. And so you're if you're here because of music, it's a good day to be here because we got to touch on, not only the energy that you have to hold to be an entrepreneur, but also we got to touch on
Yes.
ways that you can protect yourself from negativity, ways that you can balance yourself, open your mind to, these spiritual ideas. God is in all things.
Hi, Libra.
You
Mm-hmm.
just have to keep your focus. And so when you can have some products that can help you focus your energy, it doesn't matter which religion you are, right?
Amen.
It
That part.
doesn't matter which
Right.
religion that you are. It's
Sorry about that.
okay. Your religion is cool with everybody. We're good with the
Don't worry about
religion.
it. I'm gonna
So
keep
as
going.
long as you can focus your energy, because a lot of times we lose our spiritual paths in
Mm-hmm.
our business, we lose our spiritual paths in our
Mm-hmm.
family, in our turmoil, in our mess, in the energy that's around us, whether we're in music or in
Mm-hmm.
another in another industry. We lose our focus in our spiritual lives, and we also lose our focus about our
That's true.
health. We
Yeah.
get busy, we start doing
Mm.
all these bad
Mm-hmm.
habits,
Mm-hmm.
and all this craziness,
Yep.
and so you got this young lady who is making these products by hand. Here's another point that we need to support each other. Okay.
Yes.
And we need to support each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is another reason why this episode to me was so important, because I see black men and women of success whenever they have accomplished themselves enough to start a functioning
Mm-hmm.
business.
We need to support each other.
That's where I appreciate, that's where my level of appreciation starts at for each individual
Yeah.
person that takes into this interest of this live stream, or any person that steps onto this
And those
casting
products
broadcast,
she's
because
making help you
we
focus.
hear
They help you focus your spiritual
facts.
energy. They help you focus on your health. And so
Right.
they are vital to you.
Yes.
Right.
So don't worry about
Absolutely.
labeling anything as voodoo or any kind of particular religion. Go back to your family's traditional practices. Honor your ancestors.
There you go.
Look at
Yes.
the
Yes.
people that do, the Asians, the Indians, they honor their ancestors. They have temples, they have, things like that. And you will see that their
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
success for them in every area of their lives, because when you honor your ancestors, they can help you here in the physical realm. Okay, but when you don't honor your ancestors,
Right.
if you ever watch the movie Coco, even though that's a child's movie, it's very true. You understand what I'm saying? They can't do anything for you, and their soul
Absolutely.
can be used against their family as well. Right? So it's important
So
to honor your ancestors, honor your
yes.
traditional practices, and make it new and innovative. And whatever you believe in, for God's sakes, please teach your children. Please teach your children.
Hell yes. Absolutely. Please and thread them with the knowledge that you've learned from, just living life and reaping its benefits. Because at the end of the day, what you pass down will then be their message to pass
Yes.
down to their
Amen.
kids, and so on and so forth. And
I'm coming.
the chain of that form of information should always be consistent.
Well, thank you
You see what
again
I'm
for
saying?
inviting me.
But
It was a
as long
pleasure
as it's not
meeting
a
you,
destructive,
Queen.
and I do appreciate you.
It was a
Yes, it
pleasure
was a
Absolutely.
meeting you.
pleasure hanging
We'll
out
speak again.
and meeting you and getting to know your products. And
Always.
I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. They're calling for me,
Well, we got
Yes.
more
so I have to
coming.
go.
We got more coming next week. Next week, we're going to be here with the New Wave Music Wednesday tomorrow for New Wave Music. So bring in your music, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube player, listeners, and player and performers of art music. Tap in with us, man. We're going to be taking a look as we clip through a lot of our homegirl for the week, Lady Rayne's
Oh no,
track
that's
list
gonna
on
be
SoundCloud. We're going
devastating.
to tap in. We're going to tap in. We're going to really tap in. So I hope y'all ready for it as we go through New Wave Music Wednesday tomorrow. Appreciate all of y'all for tapping in,
Bye
and I
bye.
love you guys
Okay,
for
Lady
being a
Rain,
part of the
nice to
show.
meet
Appreciate
you.
you
It
guys,
was good to
all
meet
my
you
guests.
too.
Thank you guys. I do appreciate y'all for being a part of the show. Tap in
Bye
tomorrow. We'll see you
bye.
guys
Bye-bye.
soon.
Thank you.
Don't forget,
Bye.
we out.